Did you know that Halime Sultan holds a unique record in Ottoman history? She was the first woman to ever be Walid Sultan twice, and even more remarkably, the only one to be Walid Sultan twice for the same son. Her story is a fascinating blend of ambition, maternal love, and the cutthroat world of Ottoman court politics. Halime Sultan's life in the Ottoman court was a brutal game of power. Originally a slave concubine of unknown origin, she entered the harem of Prince Mehmed. While she gave him 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters, she never became the Haseki Sultan, the Sultan's favorite. The power in the harem belonged to Mehmed's mother, Safiye Sultan, who favored another concubine, Handin Sultan. One day, Halime, ambitious and superstitious, sent a message to a religious seer about her son Mahmud's future and Mehmed's reign. Unfortunately, the reply to her message was intercepted by the harem eunuch and delivered to Safiye instead. It predicted Mehmed's death within 6 months and Mahmud becoming sultan. Safiye, furious, twisted the message, making Mehmed believe it was a plot. The innocent Mahmud was executed. Halime, losing both her son and influence, was banished to the Eski Palace. Then fate intervened. Mehmed died in 6 months, fulfilling the prophecy, but not in the way Halime hoped. With Mahmud gone, the throne went to Handin's son, Ahmed. Ahmed solidified his rule by banishing both Safiye and Halime's remaining son, Mustafa, to the Eski Palace. However, the game wasn't over. When Sultan Ahmed died and his sons were young, and Mustafa, next in line, was surprisingly crowned sultan, Halime finally became the Walid Sultan, the sultan's mother. But this victory was hollow. Mustafa's mental state, wrecked by years of confinement, made him a terrible ruler. Halime got the chance to act as a regent, holding all the power in the kingdom. However, Mustafa was dethroned after just 3 months. His nephew Osman became sultan instead. Mustafa went back to the caves, a luxurious prison within the palace. Halime and her daughter were banished to the Eski Palace once more. But Halime Sultan wasn't done playing the game. From her exile in the old palace, she saw an opportunity. Osman II, the new sultan, angered the powerful Janissary corps by closing their coffee shops and forming a rival army. Halime saw a chance to get her own son, Mustafa, back on the throne and herself back as the Walid Sultan. She secretly supported the Janissary rebellion against Osman. In May 1622, the Janissaries stormed the palace, freeing Mustafa and deposing Osman. Halime returned in triumph, once again the Walid Sultan. However, her grip on power was shaky. Some Janissaries wanted to keep Osman alive, fearing future trouble from him. To solidify her position, Halime's son-in-law, Kara Pasha, became Grand Vizier. They couldn't risk a living Osman, so on May 20th, 1622, they had him strangled in prison. This ruthless act sparked further rebellions across the empire. Faced with growing chaos, Halime was forced to make a difficult choice. Religious leaders and the new Grand Vizier pressured her to depose Mustafa in favor of a young nephew, Murad. Fearing for her son's life, she agreed. Mustafa was dethroned and incarcerated once more, his reign a tragic blip. Halime Sultan once again retreated to the old palace. Halime Sultan's story shows the ruthless power struggles within the Ottoman court. From a slave to a woman with ambition, she tasted power, loss, and a fleeting moment of glory. In the end, she faded away, a forgotten queen in an abandoned palace.